Welcome to another video on HSC Terms. Today we'll look at the term assess. The Board of Studies tells us it's to make a judgment of value, quality, outcomes, results, or size. They are not saying you need to make a judgment based on every single one of those terms, just that they're examples of a criteria you might use depending on the question. That's part of the skill of assessment, picking the best criteria to make the right judgment. So let's look at some ways assess questions are asked and what criteria you'd use to answer them. If a question asks you to assess the significance of something, you need to think about, well, how important was that thing? A specific example might be, assess the significance of the Treaty of Versailles in causing World War II. In order to answer this, you have to look at all of the causes and work out how important the Treaty of Versailles was when compared to the others. Another common assessment you're asked to make is to assess the impact of something. Really, it's asking you to assess how much of a difference it made, so it's the criteria of results and size. I often suggest to my students a helpful way of assessing impact is by looking at a snapshot of before and after so we can see the difference between the two. Another suggestion I make is borrowed straight from your maths teacher. Show you're working. In other words, tell them exactly what criteria you're using to assess and why. So if you got this question, assess the impact of Nazi racial policy on German society from 33 to 39, you'd talk about in your intro the process you're going to use. So you'll see what German society was like before 1933 and then trace the changes. And I'll do so using some examples like women, religion and family life. In doing so, you're explicitly discussing the process you've used in your assessment in order to make that judgment. Just like in a science experiment, you're expected to show the process you use to get the results. The same is expected in assessments. Hopefully this helps you the next time you're asked to assess something. If you have any questions, comments below.